Hello, everyone. Welcome to SAUNAIE. I'm Yo's XO. It's Friday, man. This month is over. We headed to June, people. June literally here on Tuesday. And this month just honestly blew by, and I'm grateful for this month. I've been really focusing on my fitness, really working out as well as eating right and staying consistent with eating, like I said, eating right, being healthy, and focusing on me, myself, and I when it comes to my health, my wealth, and just personal. But I'm really grateful for this month. I learned a lot. I've been reading a lot as I've been revealing to you guys when I was reading Psychology of Money. I'm going to have a segment on what else I learned at the end of this episode. But really just grateful for May. May's been a plentiful month. I've been working on, I know we've been discussing about Money May. Been working on a new side hustle as well as side business, getting that situated and started. But May, I love May. I'm grateful for this month. I learned a lot, researched a lot, and big things on the way. And I'm ready for June. I'm going to incorporate more interviews. I got a lot of people want to be on the show. So, I'm going to put them on the show, bring them to y'all. From artists, photographers, creators, the list goes on, fashion designers. People really coming on the show soon throughout June, maybe in July. We're going to get our schedules all situated and bring them on the show. But thank you for tuning in to on this fine Friday to SAUNAIE. And, man, let me know how y'all month been. How has y'all May been? How has May been for you guys? Has it been good? Has it been bad? Has it been a great month? What did you learn this month? Take time to reflect back now and see what did you learn throughout this whole month. Is there anything new that you learned? Is there any books what books have you been reading? What you learn from those books? What you learn from just YouTube? Or what about if you've been learning from a side hustle or creating a side business, something that you want to do other than what you're doing right now? What was May for you? Like I said, May for me, I'm grateful for May. I've learned a lot this month, and I'm grateful for I'm headed in June, as well as staying focused on what I need to accomplish with the podcast, with the brand, as well as building with the side business, side hustles, and really starting to really take off and choosing what I need in my life and what I want in my life. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for this month. But let me know what you learned this month and how this month has been for you. But now let's get started with the quotes of the day. My first quote is, master your daily routine so you can master your success. What you're doing on a daily basis, from when you wake up to when you go to sleep, everything throughout your whole daily routine sets the tone for who you want to become a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now. And really setting that routine and really staying disciplined on that routine, not folding, not bending, because this consistency with this daily routine is slowly building up, and you'll reap results a year from now. But it's all about staying consistent right now with your daily routine so you can master success. Mastering your daily routine, master success, because what you do on a daily eventually transform and you reap the benefits from it. So once again, that quote is, master your daily routine so you can master your success. The next quote is, be willing to be uncomfortable. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. It may get tough, but it's a small price to pay for living a dream. Be willing to be uncomfortable. And that's what we have to be. We got to, even myself, I've noticed I've got comfortable, and when you've got comfortable, it's good, but it's all about getting uncomfortable. What will make you uncomfortable? What routines have you been doing? What have you been doing consistently that you just fell into routine, you've been comfortable, and that you haven't been making no progress? So it's now you got to get uncomfortable, do different things. Me today, I got uncomfortable with the workout, doing new workouts, incorporating new workouts instead of doing the same workouts, to really build and focus on what I'm doing, my different body parts, different muscles, and really focusing on those and really changing up, being uncomfortable, doing the things that you have to do so you can win, so you can be a success from a year from now, and really visualize what you want to be and who you will want to become. So you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable in any situation. It only grows you and molds you. Times will get tough. It will get tough, but it's just a small price you're paying to where you want to be and where you want to go. So Be willing to be uncomfortable. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. And once again, that quote is being uncomfortable, being willing, be willing to be uncomfortable. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. It may get tough, but it's a small price to pay for living a dream. And on today's episode, you already know Financial Friday. Happy Financial Fridays. I hope y'all be really mastering and studying on your finances and really staying disciplined on your financial literacy and really taking notes and really holding yourself accountable, as well as checking in, doing the monthly check-ins, do the weekly check-ins with your budget, with your financial plan, and really figuring out and learning where you can improve at and where you have been improving at, as well as any more work that you can do. But on today's show, we're gonna let me see how many segments I got. 1, 2, 3, 4 different segments. You already know one of the segments is psychology of money. The first segment I'm gonna do is 5 types of asset classes. Then my next segment will be the rich versus poor mindset. Then I got some personal finance tips, and we're gonna finish it off with psychology of money and the recap. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I'll be right back. We back, and we back, and we back, and we back. And we're back with the first segment of today's show, and that will be 5 types of asset classes. What is an asset, you may ask? An asset is anything of value or a resource of value that can be converted into cash. So, what are the 5 types of asset classes? Number 1, cash. Having a bank account or even paper money is an asset. And then number 2 would be real estate, home that you own, apartments, land, or real estate investment trusts that you have, or REIT. And those 2 are some of the asset classes. And most of us, we have, I believe, cash assets, where we have money in our bank account, or we have paper money on us, or we have a savings account or something like that. But it gets real deep when we get into the other 3. When it comes to one of them, another one is commodities like gold, crude oil, cattle, silver, things of that nature. Another one would be bonds, lending to the government or a company, having a bond. And another asset class would be equity, like stocks, index funds, ETF, mutual funds. And those are just some of the 5. Those are just 5 asset classes, but there's more than that. There's investments, there's inventory, there's office equipment and machinery. If you're a company-owned vehicles, different assets come in different forms. But it all comes down to these 5 right here, where you having cash assets like a bank account, savings account, paper money, anything of that nature. We all got the shoebox money, even if that's your case. That's an asset. Real estate, getting into real estate, even investing in little properties until you get a big property. That's an asset right there. When it comes to apartments or even land or real estate investment trusts, or even looking into mobile homes. Mobile homes is another real estate too that you can get into. That is an asset over time. And when it comes to commodities, gold is big. Checking out different gold stocks, the gold ETFs, and putting your money in that, because gold is always going to be around. Gold is forever, and that is an asset you can use. Crude oil, I'm not too sure how to get into yet, but oil is a commodity. So is cattle and silver. Using those and really learning different commodities that you can use for an asset, as well as bonds and equity. So those right there are the 5 different asset classes, but the assets can be many things, but they'll be classified within these 5 classes right there. And that is the 5 types of asset classes. Next up, we're gonna give you a break, and then we're gonna come into the poor versus rich mentality. I said Mitch, I'm thinking about money making Mitch. Shout out to Paid in Full. But the poor versus rich mentality, that'll be the next segment. And I've been really looking at seeing what's the difference between the 2. I've been trying to see myself, do I have a poor mentality or a rich mentality? and trying to figure that out as well. So with that, when I jump into the next segment, I'm gonna discuss where I lean on each side, as well as asset classes. Let me know what assets you guys got on a personal level, or what assets you're creating and building and trying to get into, as well as me. We all, like I said, we all got cash assets, but in the long run, what do you want? How many asset classes do you want to be involved in 5 years from now? Like me, I want to be involved in each of the asset classes, all 5. I want to be involved in where I'm getting cash, real estate, commodities, bonds, and equity. And right now I'm in equity and cash. So I'm trying to get into the real estate, commodities, and bonds as we speak. But let me know how you're doing and what asset classes you're in right now. I'll be right back with SAUNAIE. And we back with the next segment, poor versus rich mentality. And I've been learning a lot about this month, as well as trying to decipher what my mentality is and the poor and rich mentality from the peers, as well as the mentors I've been looking up to, as trying to see what is the difference with the poor and the rich mentality. And some of that I found. First, the poor mentality, success to them is unimportant, versus the rich mentality, success is an obligation. They have to be they want to be obligated. They're in an obsession in a way to where the rich want to be successful in anything and everything that they do. They always want to win. They're winners at heart. They have that winning mentality inside. That success is very important, and it's high on the list. It's an obsession. It's their mentality. Their mentality is a success mentality. And that goes well with me, because anything I want to be successful at, versus thinking success is unimportant. But there's different people. People, not saying that it's a poor mentality, but a lot of people don't think success is important to them, or they think that life is not all about success at the end of the day, and which is true. Life is what you make it. But this segment right now was the deciphering between the poor mentality and the rich mentality, and it's Financial Friday. So with these two, I'm more leaning towards the rich mentality, having the success mentality. Success is an obligation. Success, we all should want to be successful in anything and everything that we want to do in life, whether it's being the best parent, being the best teacher, being the best student, being the best at whatever you're at. You can always be the best and find success within that. The next one is poor mentality. They blame others. Do you feel like you blame others or for some shit that happens in your life, or anything that happens with the plan, or anything that you're trying to do? Or do you take responsibility? See, blame it on yourself and be like, damn, what did I do wrong? This is my fault. Me, it's always good to take responsibility. Taking responsibility for all the actions and everything, especially being a business owner and running a business and really being and learning to be an entrepreneur. You're going to have to take a responsibility for a lot of shit. You can't blame others. You can't look for others to come save you. Nobody's going to save you. That to where you have to take responsibility and not really blame others. You got to blame yourself for any fuck up or anything that happens. Another one is poor mentality. They spend money. Spend. Have you been like that lately? Have you been spending that you haven't really been investing in your future, investing in yourself, or investing your money? And that's what the rich mentality is. They invest. They're investing their money. They're investing their money into assets. We talked about asset classes in the first. They're investing their money in education. They're investing in stuff that can really uplift them and push them towards the future, and they don't live for the moment. Sometimes we have to delay that instant gratification of buying that new shoes, the new purses, going on shopping sprees, taking that vacation, going out to eat every night. We have to delay that and really invest the money, invest the time to what we want to have and where we want to be 5 years from now, instead of looking back 5 years from now like, damn, I should invest that time, damn, I should invest that money. So it's all about knowing where your mentality is. Do you like spending, or you're an investor? You like investing your money. And if you let's say you are like, damn, I do have a poor mentality. Success hasn't been important to me. I do blame others. I do spend money. But it's like you can change that. You can flip that and become and have that rich mentality to where your success is an obligation. You're taking responsibility for your actions. You're investing your money. And the next one is they always poor mentality refuses to learn, while the rich mentality is always learning. What are you doing? Are you always learning? Obviously, if you listen to this podcast, but are you always learning? Or are you just refuse to learn? Are you so against learning when it's like information is out there, information is key, and information is at our fingertips? You should always be learning daily and consistently, whether it's reading a book, listening to a podcast, or on YouTube, some way, learning some new information, learning something new on a daily, consistent basis. And don't think you know it all, because you thinking you know it all is only holding you back. So whatever career you're trying to get into, whatever job you're trying to get into, whatever business you're trying to run, whatever you're trying to do with your life, always be learning and be willing to learn. Be a sponge, soak up as much information as you can. Don't let the information just be out there, and don't go blind and be oblivious to it. The information is out there for you to win, to be successful, but it all depends on what you do. The next one is poor mentality, they focus on the past, versus rich mentality, they focus on the future. You can focus on your past results, your past mistakes, your past wins, or you can focus on your future wins, your future mistakes, or your future blessings. That's what it comes down to. We steady like to live in the past when it comes to certain issues, regrets, mistakes, instead of letting that go, learning from them, and living for a new day, living for the future, and figuring out, I got to focus on the future, because me dwelling in the past is not going to help me or benefit me in any type of way. It's only going to hold me back and push me back to where I'm not trying to be. I'm not that person anymore. Who you was a year ago is different from who you are today. And who you are today will be different from who you are a year from now. So it's all comes down to the action you apply and how you're applying yourself on a consistent basis, and focusing on the future, not focusing on the past. Not focusing on the past regrets, the past relationships, the past friendships, the past fuck-ups, the past failures. It's focusing on the future and what you can do in the future to benefit yourself and your future. The next one is poor mentality, they're income driven, and rich mentality, they're net worth driven. What is your net worth? And that's what it comes down to. Are you focused on your income or your net worth? And me, I would say at first I was focused on my income. Like, what am I making versus my net worth. And the net worth is what we all should be focusing on instead of the income. The income is going to always be there. You can always make money different ways and different facets or forms. But the net worth is something that builds over time. Net worth is the value of all non-financial and financial assets owned by an individual or institution minus the value of all its outstanding liabilities. So all the financial assets that you own, we talked about the asset classes in the beginning, the cash assets, the real estate, the commodities, the bonds, the equity. What is your net worth? Out of your net worth, are you net worth driven or income driven? And the next up, for poor mentality, they think small, versus rich mentality, they think big. You can't think small, have that mentality. Poor mentalities, they think small. They think in confined spaces, they're boxed in. Versus rich mentality, they think outside the box. Think about, how can I make this better? How can I help the world? How can I change this? How can I influence people? How can I motivate? Thinking outside the box, thinking big, thinking bigger than you. It's bigger than you at the end of the day with anything that you're doing. So do you think small or do you think big? And another one for poor mentality, they fear change. Do you fear change, or do you have a rich mentality where you embrace change? Life changes every day. Every day there's something different about every day. So every day you should change. Every day it's you versus you. Not you versus other people, not you versus a celebrity, not you versus this, that, or the third. It's you versus you. It's you, the new you today versus the old you tomorrow. How can you change that? How can you change from what you did yesterday to do to today? Creating that new you. So don't fear change, embrace change. Change happens. Life is always changing around you. Next up, poor mentality, they criticize. Rich mentality, they compliment. Are you a criticizer, or do you like to compliment people? There's enough here for us all to win in anything and everything that we're doing. So don't criticize other people because they're winning. They're in their winning season and you're not. It takes levels. It takes steps. It takes dedication. It takes discipline. So don't criticize. Embrace. Compliment people. Your time is coming. It's all about being patient and knowing that, my time is coming. It's just I'm going through the learning phases. I'm going through my growing phase. The next one is poor mentality. They waste time. Versus rich mentality, they buy time. Have you been wasting time lately with things that you've been doing? Have you feel like you haven't been getting anywhere with the projects that you've been working on or anything that you've been doing? And you feel like, damn, I'm wasting time and not being productive? Let me know. Next up is the poor mentality. They think and cause problems versus rich mentality. They solve problems. There's tons of problems out there for us to solve. And if you're a person that causes problems, that thinks problems, that always thinks like, damn, why is this happening to me? Or damn, not another problem, who always thinks the negativity and everything, then maybe you have a poor mentality. Instead of solving the problem, everything can be solved. Anything can be solved. You just have to put your mentality to it and your mind to it and have the right mindset to know I can solve this problem. Once you say I can solve this problem, your mind will start working. Versus thinking problem. Once you start thinking problems occur. So think positive, stay positive, speak positive, and you'll start solving problems versus creating problems. Another one, poor mentality. They have a single stream of income. Versus rich mentality, multiple streams of income. I've been talking about it heavy, finding different side hustles, different hustles, and really figuring out how you can develop more than one stream of income. One stream of income is nearly close to broke. Dead ass. Because if they let you go today or whatever you're doing, you SOL. Not straight up having that multiple streams of income. Looking at what are you passionate about? Where can you dedicate your time to create something that betters somebody else, that can benefit somebody else? How can you create multiple streams of income to where you can create and develop generational wealth? To where you don't have to rely on somebody else for a paycheck, where you can create your own paycheck. Where you can take a vacation and live the life that you want to live your best life and not really have to clock into your 9 to 5, not being stuck in that rat race, not being stuck on that one stream of income that's holding you back from your dreams, holding you back from accomplishing what you want to accomplish. Sometimes you'll have to use that single stream of income to push you forward to the multiple streams of income. So another one is poor mentality, they're work driven versus rich mentality, they are goal driven. Are you driven by the work that you're doing or the goals that you set? Yeah. And the last one is poor mentality, they pay others first. They pay their bills, they pay all the other stuff first before they pay themselves. Versus rich mentality, they pay themselves first. Paying themselves first includes investing, doing what they have to do to benefit, to thrust them forward in their future. And that's it. That sums up the rich versus poor mentality. And when it comes down to it, I have traits of both. But me personally, my mentality is becoming more richer day by day. As well as I'm reading off this list, I'm like, oh, this is me. Oh, this was me. Like, I have some poor mentality traits that I can change, that I'm fixing, that I'm working on. But I'm really, I envision having that rich mentality, having that rich mindset. So I'm glad I went over these rich mentality, what the rich do. So let me know how your mentality is. Tap in with us, SAUNAIE, on any social media platform on SAUNAIE.com. And let me know, do you have a poor mentality or a rich mentality? Greatly appreciate it. I'll be right back with SAUNAIE. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Next up on today's show, personal finance tips. Hope y'all are really taking notes and really enjoying the show. Share this with a friend, send this to a friend, send this to a family member, send this to a peer, send this to a coworker, Share the show. Like I said, Fridays are all about finance, financial Fridays, and Mondays is mental health Mondays. Share the show, educate the people around you. Whatever you learn from today's show, whatever you learn from Monday's show, share with a friend, share with your people, and educate them, uplift them, and have that discussion, start these discussions when it comes to finance and mental health. But let's get into this segment, personal finance tips. Number 1, track your net worth. We talked about that when with the rich mentality, they're net worth driven. Once again, the net worth, the value of all non-financial and financial assets owned by an individual or institution minus the value of its outstanding liabilities. Basically, assets minus liabilities equal net worth. Liabilities include personal loans, student loans, credit card debt, things of that nature. Number 2, start investing today. Making the investment on whatever you consume daily. If you consume a lot of Netflix, if you have Apple products, if you have Disney products, if you shop on Amazon, damn near half the world shops on Amazon. Majority of the world shops on Amazon. So stuff like that. Google, if you're always Googling, searching for things like that, invest into those companies. Even if it's just starting off with $5 a day. $5 a day accumulates to, at the end of the week, you got $35 a week. At the end of the month, you have, depends on if it's 35 days or 30 days. 30 days in a month, you have $1,000, $1,050. Sorry about that. Versus 31 days, you have $1,085. So investing $5 a month, it adds up over time. It's all about the compounding effect, where you're at simply $5, $5, $5, $5, $5. And it's all adding up. Like I said, at the end of the day, it equals $1,000. Easy. So just really doing that and really figuring out, like, yo, how can I, matter of fact, I did that math totally wrong. Hold up. Yeah, it'll equal $100 a month. But either way, just still doing that and really keeping track of really investing, which is, it says $150 a month when you're doing $5, but investing that money into, well, like I said, Apple, Amazon, Google, Disney, Nike, something that you consume, something that you have products that you're a consumer of. Become an investor in that product. Number 3 will be eliminate your debt. Eliminate your debt. I have an episode called, I dropped it, 2 weeks ago. The episode's called Debt and Friendships. It talks about how to eliminate your debt, the debt snowfall, and different ways to eliminate your debt, and go about figuring out how can you eliminate your debt and lower your debt and use your debt for you. Number 4, set specific financial goals. Where it comes to your savings, your investing, your emergency fund, your annual fund, things like that. Setting those financial goals and really writing them out with yourself. We should have financial goals for the month, financial goals for the quarter, financial goals for the year, and really setting those goals out and make sure we're staying and sticking to those goals and sticking to those timelines. Number 5, plan your retirement. Where do you want to live? How much cash do you want to have in your retirement account? What kind of lifestyle do you want to live? Things like that, where you start visualizing and then you start writing it down. You're planning your retirement and saying what you want to do when it comes to that. Number 6, create a frugal lifestyle, which basically means live below your means. Living below your means, which creating a frugal lifestyle, living below your means, where you're not spending as much, where you're sticking to your budget, sticking to your financial plan, and knowing that I can't do all that. You can't be on the splurging tip because you have a bigger plan in the future where you want to be and what you want to do. Maybe you're saving up to get a house. Maybe you're saving up to get a new car. But living that frugal lifestyle, staying disciplined, and living below your means really helps out for your savings and your investments. Number 7, keep track of your finances, which comes down to having a budget and having a financial plan. Number 8, have an emergency fund. We always talking about an emergency fund. I got an episode on that. The episode's title is called What's an Emergency Fund? And then in that episode, we discuss emergency funds, starting an emergency fund, and some statistics about emergency fund. Number 9, have a side hustle. What do you like doing? What do you love doing? Figure that out. Figure out how you can have a side hustle. There's many ways we can all have side hustles. Google is our biggest resource right now. But Google has a shitload of information that we can pick up and figure out what type of side hustle we want to have, what kind of side business do we want to have, and we can start and doing the research. So figure out what side hustle works for you. Number 10, create a savings plan and stick to it. And that's big. Sticking to your savings plan. When it comes to personal finance, you have to be disciplined. You have to be disciplined. You have to have that delayed gratification. You can't want it all now. It's not going to happen now. It's not going to happen overnight. You have to put in your time in, put in your grind in, and really just sticking to a plan, a financial plan, and sticking to it and being disciplined on it day by day, not letting any new sales deter you, not letting any the new kicks come out deter you. Just sticking to your plan, sticking to your savings plan, sticking to your financial plan, sticking to your investment plan, sticking to your plans, and knowing that where I am right now is going to be different from where I am a year from now. But to get to where I want to be a year from now, I have to put the discipline and the time in right now and research so I can get there. Or even where you want to be 5 years from now, you got to put the time in right now. Number 11, invest in your financial literacy. Throughout the whole month of April, we had episodes all talking about financial literacy. Invest in your financial literacy. It's key to your financial freedom. And I'll be right back with the recap. Thank you for tuning in today's show, man. Leave a 5-star review. I greatly appreciate it. Even if you don't like the show, leave a review, any type of review. 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. Whatever you want to leave a review on Apple Podcasts. If you listen on Apple Podcasts, if you're listening on Spotify, check out the website, SAUNAIE.com. Leave a review. As well as if you're listening on any other podcast platforms, leave a review. Let us know what you think. Let me know what you think of the show. What you like about the show? What you love about the show? What you hate about the show? What you dislike about the show? Where can I improve? I greatly appreciate it, and I'll be right back with SAUNAIE. And we back. And we back. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to today's episode of Financial Fridays, discussing 5 types of asset classes, poor and rich mentality, as well as personal finance tips. And man, this episode right now, it helped me personally. Just dealing with the poor and rich mentality, figuring out what mentality I have, as well as the different asset classes. Because at first I didn't know how many asset classes there were, but now I know there's 5. And the asset classes that I'm trying to get to, as well as the asset classes I am in right now, as well as the personal finance tips. I believe we all need help when it comes to finance. Even if we probably master financial literacy, we always still need help. Always want to be open to new information that's out there when it comes to finance or any financial literacy. But with this episode, like I said, it really helped me out. I hope it helped you out. And if it did, leave a review. That's all I ask. Leave a review about the episode, about the show, and let me know what you think. I greatly appreciate it. And let's get started with the recap. We kicked off the show with our quotes of the day. The first quote was, master your daily routine so you can master your success. How has your daily routine been lately? Have you been has every day been different? Or has every day been the same? What routines have been consistent throughout your days? Have you been working on your morning routine, where your morning routine is just, you've been so disciplined on your morning routine where you're waking up, meditating, praying, writing in your gratitude journal, working out, things like that? What about your midday routine? Are you checking in with yourself? Are you doing some deep breathing? Are you journaling? Are you seeing how you're feeling throughout the day? Have you been eating right? Are you eating the right food? What you consume, what you eat really plays a big part in your daily routine, your daily success. What you eat and what do you consume builds energy or consumes your energy. So be aware of that. But mastering your daily routine so you can master your success. Next quote was, be willing to be uncomfortable. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. It may get tough, but it's a small price to pay for living a dream. Be uncomfortable. We're headed to June. We're in a whole new month. Throughout this month, do something that makes you feel uncomfortable. Do several things that makes you feel uncomfortable and get comfortable being uncomfortable. That's what it comes down to. We have to be uncomfortable more than we're being comfortable. We can't be complacent. We can't settle. We have to keep going, keep striving, and keep pushing forward and not really letting comfortability control us or hold us down. Then we discussed the first segment out of 3, which is 5 types of asset classes. And the first one was cash. Bank accounts, saving accounts, paper money, shoebox money, mailbox money. That cash, that is one type of asset. Another one is real estate, homes, apartments, land, REITs, what else? Mobile homes. Any type of real estate is an asset. Then we, as well as commodities, gold, crude oil, cattle, silver, anything like that is a commodity, which is an asset. And as well as bonds. Bonds are lending to the government or a company, or getting equity in companies, as well as stocks, index funds, ETFs, mutual funds. Looking and figuring out what assets do you have, what different types of assets do you have, and what assets are you trying to get into. Like me, like I said myself, I have 2 assets right now, cash and equity. But I know myself personally, I'm getting into the other 3, which is real estate, commodities, and bonds. Then we discuss and jump into the next segment: poor mentality versus rich mentality. Which mentality do you have? Is success important to you, or is it unimportant to you? Is it success an obligation or not? Do you blame others, or do you take responsibility? Are you spending money or investing money? Do you refuse to learn, or are you always learning? Are you focused on the present, the past, or the future? Are you income driven or net worth driven? Do you think small, or are you thinking big? Do you fear change, or do you embrace change? Do you criticize others, or do you compliment others? And that's what it comes down to. Do you waste time or buy time? Do you think and cause problems, or do you solve problems? Do you have a single stream of income, or do you have multiple streams of income? Are you work driven or goal driven? Do you pay others first, or do you pay yourself first? And that sums up with the mentality, with the poor and rich mentality, and knowing and thinking and figuring out where your mentality is right now and seeing how you can change it or grow from it. Or maybe whatever mentality you have right now, you accept it. And accepting where your mentality is right now lets you know where you want to be. If you're like, yo, I'm cool with my poor mentality, or yo, I'm good, I have a great rich mentality, accept that. And either way, if you want to grow, you can grow. If you want to stay where you are, you want to be complacent, you can be complacent. But it all comes down to choices, and you have the power to choose which mentality you want to have and how you can grow into the next phase of that mentality. Then we jumped into the personal finance tips. And the personal finance tips, we started off with number 1, tracking your net worth. Net worth equals assets minus liabilities will equal your net worth. Net worth is the value of all non-financial and financial assets owned by an individual or institution minus the value of all of its outstanding liabilities. Liabilities, personal loans, student loans, credit card debt, things like that are liabilities. Number 2, start investing today. Investing in Google, Amazon, Disney, anything you want to invest in where it comes to investing the money, investing your time, investing in your education. Start investing today when it comes to anything that you want to learn, where you want to be in your future. Invest in your education, how you want to live. Invest in real estate, knowing how the real estate game works. Make them investments today. Invest in your finance and invest in your financial literacy. Investments, invest in stocks, invest in bonds. Start investing today in yourself and in your future versus just letting time and days go by. Number 3, eliminate your debt. I have an episode, once again, the debt is called Debt and Friendships. Check out that episode. It lets you know ways to eliminate your debt. Number 4, set specific financial goals. Savings, investing, emergency fund, annual fund. Get those in line. Have your financial plan together and know where you're going financially. Number 5, plan out your retirement. Where do you want to live? How much cash do you want to have saved up? What type of lifestyle do you want to be living? Number 6, create a frugal lifestyle. live below your means. Just because you get that income upgrade or you get more money doesn't mean you have to splurge and do all that. Live below your means. Stay disciplined. The bonuses are going to come. Them new checks are going to come. All that will come. But staying disciplined to your lifestyle, to that frugal lifestyle, to living below your means will help you out in the long run. It seems like when we get them incomes and bonuses and raises, we all want to live outside of our means. And that's when everything starts coming unraveled. Number 7, keep track of your finances. Have that budget, have that financial plan. Number 8, have an emergency fund. I have another episode, What's an Emergency Fund? Check that out. Learn what an emergency fund is. Learn how you can invest in your emergency fund. Learn how you can start your emergency fund. And that episode details also the statistics of an emergency fund. Number 9, have a side hustle. Create a side hustle. Create a side business. There's many ways to get paid. If you got internet, you got a computer, you got Wi-Fi, you can get paid. Look in different ways so you can get paid. Look for what works for you, but do the research and put the time in. It's not going to happen overnight. You got to put the time in, put the grind in, and build your side hustle and build that side business. Number 10, create a savings plan and stick to it. Number 11, invest in your financial literacy. That's big. Invest in your financial literacy so you know where you're going, you know where you want to be financially. Man, and that sums up the recap. I appreciate everybody tuning in. It's Friday, man. Enjoy your weekend. Have a great weekend. We'll be back again next week with Mental Health Mondays. And really, I hope this episode helped you out and helped you achieve what you want to achieve today. Share this with a friend. Send this with a friend. Send this to a coworker. Send this to a family member. Send this to a sibling. Send this to anybody you think this show will help out. I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't checked out the website, check out the website, SAUNAIE.com, as well as our Patreon. Check out our Patreon. I got a poll up right now to see what more do you want, more me to go in detail with these financial topics, me to go in detail with the Mental Health Mondays, as well as donating, sponsors, anything you want to do, leave it on the Patreon. Patreon is there, patreon.com/SAUNAIE. It'll be in the show notes. Check out the show notes too from this episode, as well as Apple reviews. If you're leaving reviews on Apple Podcasts, I greatly appreciate it. That's how we get more attention and notoriety on the show. I greatly appreciate it. Hope y'all have a great weekend, and I'll leave y'all with this. Life may take you to where you least expect it, but have faith that you are exactly where you need to be. Have a great weekend.